the state of Kansas, a minimum burial depth is required for electrical lines. The Kansas Electrical Code, or KEC, adopts the regulations outlined in the National Electrical Code, or NEC. According to these codes, electrical lines must be buried at a minimum depth of 18 inches below the finished grade. This depth is crucial for protecting the electrical lines from potential damage that could result from digging, landscaping, or other common activities around the property. The 18-inch burial depth provides a buffer, reducing the likelihood of accidental contact with the cables and minimizing the risk of electrical hazards. However, there are exceptions to the general rule of burying electrical lines at a minimum of 18 inches deep. Firstly, if electrical lines are installed within a raceway, the depth requirement may be reduced. A raceway is a protective enclosure such as a conduit, duct, or channel designed specifically for holding electrical wires or cables. Because the raceway provides a physical barrier, the electrical lines are already shielded from potential damage, thus the need for a deep burial is less critical. Secondly, another exception applies when electrical lines are installed in a trench that meets specific requirements. If the trench is at least 24 inches deep and is backfilled with at least 6 inches of sand or another approved material, the electrical lines do not necessarily need to be buried as deep as the standard 18 inches. The extra depth of the trench combined with the protective layer of sand or approved material provides adequate protection for the electrical lines. Sand is often used as a backfill material because it is relatively soft, allowing it to cushion the electrical lines and prevent damage from rocks or other sharp objects in the soil. Approved materials may include other types of granular fill that provide similar protective qualities. If you are planning to run electrical power from your home to a detached garage, it is highly recommended that you consult with a qualified electrician. A licensed electrician will have the expertise and knowledge necessary to ensure that the electrical line is installed in accordance with the Kansas Electrical Code and any other applicable local regulations. They can assess the specific conditions of your property, including soil type, potential hazards, and other relevant factors to determine the most appropriate burial depth and installation method for the electrical line. The electrician will also ensure that all electrical connections are made safely and properly, minimizing the risk of electrical shock, fire, or other hazards. In addition to ensuring compliance with electrical codes, a qualified electrician can also provide guidance on selecting the appropriate type of electrical cable for the installation. The size and type of cable will depend on the amount of power that needs to be supplied to the detached garage, as well as the distance between the house and the garage. The electrician will also be able to advise on the proper grounding and bonding techniques to ensure that the electrical system is safe and reliable. When choosing an electrician, it is important to select one who is licensed, insured, and experienced in residential electrical work. Ask for references and check online reviews to get an idea of the electrician's reputation and quality of work. It is also a good idea to get multiple bids from different electricians to ensure that you are getting a fair price for the work. Installing electrical lines can be a complex and potentially dangerous task, so it is always best to leave it to the professionals. By hiring a qualified electrician, you can ensure that the electrical line is installed safely, properly, and in compliance with all applicable codes and regulations. This will provide you with peace of mind knowing that your electrical system is safe and reliable. Remember, working with electricity can be dangerous if you are not properly trained and equipped. Always take precautions to avoid electrical shock, and never attempt to work on electrical systems unless you are qualified to do so. It is far better to hire a professional electrician than to risk injury or damage to your property. The NEC provides comprehensive guidelines for electrical installations, covering various aspects such as wiring methods, overcurrent protection, grounding, and equipment installation. Compliance with the NEC is essential for ensuring the safety and reliability of electrical systems. Local jurisdictions often adopt the NEC as their electrical code, with or without amendments. It is important to be aware of the specific electrical codes that are in effect in your area. These codes may vary from one jurisdiction to another, so it is always best to check with your local building department or electrical inspector to ensure that you are in compliance. In addition to the burial depth requirements, there are other important considerations when installing electrical lines. Firstly, the type of cable used must be suitable for direct burial. Direct burial cable is specifically designed to withstand the harsh conditions of being buried underground, including moisture, temperature changes, and physical stress. Secondly, the cable must be properly protected from damage. This can be achieved by using a conduit or other protective enclosure, or by burying the cable deep enough to prevent accidental contact. Thirdly, the cable must be properly grounded to prevent electrical shock. Grounding provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source, tripping a circuit breaker or fuse and interrupting the flow of electricity. Fourthly, the electrical connections must be made properly to ensure a safe and reliable connection. Loose or corroded connections can cause overheating and create a fire hazard. When planning an electrical project, it is always a good idea to consult with a qualified electrician or electrical engineer. They can help you determine the best way to design and install your electrical system, ensuring that it is safe, reliable, and in compliance with all applicable codes and regulations. They can also provide you with valuable advice on selecting the right materials and equipment for your project. Remember, electricity is a powerful force that can be dangerous if not handled properly. Always take precautions to avoid electrical shock, and never attempt to work on electrical systems unless you are qualified to do so. It is far better to hire a professional electrician than to risk injury or damage to your property. Underground electrical installations are governed by specific sections of the NEC. These sections address various aspects of underground wiring, including burial depths, conductor types, and protection methods. The NEC specifies minimum burial depths for different types of wiring methods, depending on the voltage level and the location of the wiring. For example, direct buried cables typically require a greater burial depth than cables installed in rigid metal conduit. The NEC also provides guidelines for selecting the appropriate type of conductor for underground installations. Conductors used in underground wiring must be suitable for direct burial and must be able to withstand the corrosive effects of soil and moisture. The NEC also addresses the protection of underground wiring from physical damage. This can be achieved by using rigid metal conduit, reinforced concrete, or other protective barriers. In addition to the NEC, local codes and regulations may also apply to underground electrical installations. These codes may specify additional requirements or restrictions depending on the local conditions. It is important to be aware of all applicable codes and regulations before beginning any underground electrical work. Proper planning and installation are essential for ensuring the safety and reliability of underground electrical systems. By following the guidelines of the NEC and local codes, you can minimize the risk of electrical hazards and ensure that your electrical system operates safely and efficiently. Always consult with a qualified electrician or electrical engineer before undertaking any electrical work, especially underground installations. They can help you determine the best way to design and install your electrical system, ensuring that it meets all applicable codes and regulations. They can also provide you with valuable advice on selecting the right materials and equipment for your project. Remember, electricity is a powerful force that can be dangerous if not handled properly. Always take precautions to avoid electrical shock, and never attempt to work on electrical systems unless you are qualified to do so. It is far better to hire a professional electrician than to risk injury or damage to your property. Maintaining proper burial depth for electrical lines is crucial for preventing damage and ensuring safety. The 18-inch minimum depth specified by the KC, based on the NEC, serves as a baseline to protect the cables from common disturbances. If the soil erodes over time, or if landscaping activities inadvertently reduce the soil cover, the cables become more vulnerable. Routine inspections of the ground surface above buried electrical lines can help identify potential issues. Look for signs of erosion, such as exposed roots or gullies, which may indicate a loss of soil cover. Also, be aware of any landscaping projects that may involve digging or excavation near the electrical lines. If you notice any of these issues, it is important to take corrective action to restore the proper burial depth. This may involve adding soil to the affected area, installing erosion control measures, or relocating the electrical lines to a safer location. It is also important to be aware of the location of buried electrical lines before undertaking any digging or excavation activities. Contact your local utility company or use a one-call service to locate underground utilities before you dig. This will help you avoid damaging the electrical lines and prevent potential electrical hazards. If you are planning to install new landscaping features such as trees or shrubs, be sure to choose a location that is away from buried electrical lines. Tree roots can damage electrical cables, so it is important to keep them a safe distance away. The NEC provides specific guidelines for the separation of electrical lines from trees and other vegetation. These guidelines are designed to prevent electrical hazards and ensure the safe operation of electrical systems. In addition to maintaining proper burial depth and avoiding digging near electrical lines, it is also important to protect the cables from physical damage. This can be achieved by using a conduit or other protective enclosure, or by burying the cable deep enough to prevent accidental contact. If you are using a conduit, be sure to select one that is suitable for direct burial. Direct burial conduit is designed to withstand the harsh conditions of being buried underground, including moisture, temperature changes, and physical stress. The conduit should also be properly sealed to prevent water from entering and damaging the cables. If you are not using a conduit, be sure to bury the cable deep enough to prevent accidental contact. The NEC specifies minimum burial depths for different types of wiring methods depending on the voltage level and the location of the wiring. These depths are designed to provide adequate protection for the cables. In addition to protecting the cables from physical damage, it is also important to protect them from corrosion. Soil can be corrosive, especially if it is acidic or contains high levels of salt. To protect the cables from corrosion, use a cable that is specifically designed for direct burial. Direct burial cable is typically made with a corrosion-resistant outer jacket. You can also use a corrosion inhibitor to protect the cables from corrosion. A corrosion inhibitor is a chemical substance that is applied to the cables to prevent corrosion. Be sure to follow the manufacturer's instructions when using a corrosion inhibitor. By taking these precautions, you can help ensure that your buried electrical lines remain safe and reliable for many years to come. Remember, electricity is a powerful force that can be dangerous if not handled properly. Always take precautions to avoid electrical shock, and never attempt to work on electrical systems unless you are qualified to do so. It is far better to hire a professional electrician than to risk injury or damage to your property. The NEC also addresses the issue of underground service entrance cables, or use cables. Use cables are commonly used to bring electrical power from the utility company's transformer to a building. Use cables are designed for direct burial and are typically installed in a trench. The NEC specifies the minimum burial depth for use cables depending on the voltage level and the location of the wiring. The NEC also requires that use cables be protected from physical damage. This can be achieved by using rigid metal conduit, reinforced concrete, or other protective barriers. In addition to the NEC, local codes and regulations may also apply to use cable installations. These codes may specify additional requirements or restrictions depending on the local conditions. It is important to be aware of all applicable codes and regulations before beginning any use cable work. Proper planning and installation are essential for ensuring the safety and reliability of use cable systems. By following the guidelines of the NEC and local codes, you can minimize the risk of electrical hazards and ensure that your electrical system operates safely and efficiently. Always consult with a qualified electrician or electrical engineer before undertaking any electrical work, especially use cable installations. They can help you determine the best way to design and install your electrical system, ensuring that it meets all applicable codes and regulations. They can also provide you with valuable advice on selecting the right materials and equipment for your project. Remember, electricity is a powerful force that can be dangerous if not handled properly. Always take precautions to avoid electrical shock and never attempt to work on electrical systems unless you are qualified to do so. It is far better to hire a professional electrician than to risk injury or damage to your property. When installing electrical lines to a detached garage, consider the load requirements of the garage. This will determine the size of the wire needed to safely carry the electrical current. Factors like lighting, power tools, and other appliances will influence the load calculation. It's crucial to choose the correct wire gauge to prevent overheating and potential fire hazards. The NEC provides tables that specify the allowable ampacity of different wire sizes based on their insulation type and installation method. Consult these tables or seek guidance from a qualified electrician to ensure that you select the appropriate wire for your application. In addition to wire size, consider the type of circuit breaker or fuse that will protect the electrical circuit. The overcurrent protection device should be sized to match the ampacity of the wire. A circuit breaker or fuse that is too large will not provide adequate protection and could allow the wire to overheat and cause a fire. A circuit breaker or fuse that is too small will trip frequently, interrupting power to the garage. The NEC provides guidelines for selecting the appropriate overcurrent protection device for different types of circuits. It's essential to follow these guidelines to ensure the safety and reliability of your electrical system. When running electrical lines underground, consider the potential for ground movement. Soil can shift and settle over time, which can put stress on the electrical cables. To mitigate this risk, consider using a flexible conduit or other flexible wiring method. Flexible conduit allows the cables to move slightly without being damaged. It also provides additional protection against physical damage. In addition to ground movement, consider the potential for water intrusion. Underground electrical lines are exposed to moisture, which can corrode the wires and cause electrical problems. To prevent water intrusion, use a waterproof conduit or other waterproof wiring method. Waterproof conduit is designed to prevent water from entering and damaging the cables. It also provides additional protection against physical damage. When making electrical connections in a detached garage, use weatherproof boxes and fittings. Weatherproof boxes and fittings are designed to protect the electrical connections from moisture and other environmental factors. They also provide additional protection against physical damage. It's essential to use weatherproof boxes and fittings in a detached garage because they are exposed to the elements. Moisture can corrode the electrical connections and cause electrical problems. Weatherproof boxes and fittings will help protect the electrical connections and ensure the safety and reliability of your electrical system. Finally, consider the potential for future expansion. If you think you might need to add more electrical circuits to the detached garage in the future, it's a good idea to install a larger service panel than you currently need. This will give you more room to add circuits later on. It's also a good idea to run extra conduit or wiring to the garage. This will make it easier to add circuits in the future without having to dig up the ground again. Planning for future expansion will save you time and money in the long run.